Hello, welcome back to the Balcony Vapor. Yes, thanks for joining me again. Different balcony, same Finland, same cold. Today we're going to be taking a look at this fella, the SVB Sx350, old school. But before we talk about that, I'd like to tell you a bit more about SVB mods themselves. Who are they? Well, they are a really nice bloke called Nigel. He started out in October 2013 on the UK Vapers forum, where he put up a list for his version 1 box, which was slightly different to this. So it was slightly thinner, it was longer, and it was a bit fatter. That was using the DNA40, which he then upgraded to the DNA40 when that was available. He also made some changes to the buttons and included a 510, the Fat Daddy 510 on that as well. And then offered those upgrades to everyone. If you have the version 1 with the old style buttons and the non-Fat Daddy, you could have those upgrades on that. You just need to send them back to Nigel. He will take care of that for you. Now all his boxes are hand cut, hand finished. He did used to have a friend of his who would do the powder coating, but now he's learned the magic, and so everything he does himself. Now these really are a work of art. This is my second one. I actually had the old version in the Blues Brother, which was beautiful, but because my style of vaping now requires a bit more power, unfortunately I had to let that one go. But this one's been working a treat. Now I kind of I look at these box mods like it's like the Rolls Royce of the box mod. Now there are more expensive, there are more harder to get, more la-di-da box mods out there, but with a Rolls Royce you get it when it's ready. There's no delivery, they won't give you a delivery time. Like when they are happy, every little detail has been taken care of, that's when you will get it. And it's much the same with one of these. And the Nigel, his eye for detail and the quality he puts into each one of these is right up there. I really like as well how he will send you little pictures, you know, of the progress being made on your mod. You know, it makes the whole experience really personal. It's not like, you know, I go to a website or to a store and buy, you know, a generic Chinese box from somewhere made by someone who doesn't even know who I am or probably doesn't even give a shit. With Nigel, it's a real personal service, and it's almost like there's a little part of Nigel in every one of these, and so I cherish these boxes. I really do, and I know that everyone else who owns them also probably feels the same way too. Now I'm going on about the quality, and that also shows because last year, 2014, he actually won 3 awards from the UK Vapers Awards. He won the best box maker, best mod maker, the best box of 2014, and the best regulated mod award. So 3 awards for him last year, pretty much cleaned up the show. So how much is one of these? That's probably a question you're asking. Now they are pretty pricey, but bear in mind, I mean, super quality. So this one here, whether you have the DNA40 or whether you have the SX, will cost you £170. That includes delivery, but you do need to buy a battery for it. There's no battery included with these. If you live outside of the UK, you need to pay a bit extra in postage. I think it's about £6 to £8. So if you, like me, are living in Europe or anywhere that's not the UK, you'll be paying £176 or £178 for one of these, and in my opinion, worth every penny. So let's take it down. I'll show you around and talk about the different options, the different colours they come in, and yeah, we'll take a vape before then. See you on the table. So here we are, up close and personal with the SVB Sx350, old school finish. Finish really is amazing on this. Nigel says that they'll take between 2 and 4 different coats depending on the colour you're having. Nigel, you really are the master of this, I have to say. It looks so amazing. And as I also mentioned, he hand cuts and finishes every single box. Nice and smooth everywhere, no sharp edges at all. So down here we have our micro USB for the charging, plus we have a charge light there. So we have the screen, the fire button, and the Fat Daddy 510. This is the V4. There also is the low profile option that Nigel offers as an option. both spring loaded. I've had absolutely zero issues making everything sit nice and flush on here. And now one of the options you can have obviously is the placement of the switch and the screen. You can either have it as a lefty, you can have it as a righty, or you can have it as a trigger up here for the fire switch. If you're having the trigger, then you'll get to choose the screen whether it's left or right, and the trigger will be here. I should also add as well, in terms of the options of having where you have the screen or the trigger, you also have a number of colour options. This one is the old school. There's also the Slimer, which is a really nice green. Then there's the Red Dwarf, which is obviously red. And then there's the Black Betty, which is all black. And then there's one of his newer colours, which is the burnt orange, which is really, really nice. And then there's the Clockwork Orange, which is like a really bright orange. If you're forever losing your mods, then I would say that's the one for you. And those are the colours you can get where it's the price is 170. He does do a limited number of mods called the Stormtrooper. The Stormtrooper is all white, and he only makes 1 or 2 of these a month. And those ones go for £200 each plus delivery. So if you're in the UK, it's £200, and if you're in Europe, you pay an extra £6 to £8. But all the colours you can see on the UK Vapers mod maker thread, or you can go to the Facebook group, and there's plenty of pictures there where you can dribble all over the amazing finishes that Nigel does on these mods. So this mod uses the UK SX350 chip. And you may be asking yourself, why are there no buttons to increase the wattage? Well, it's quite simply because it doesn't need them. This has an accelerometer in it, so you adjust it by tilting. So you actually have 5 different memory banks here. You can set 5 different levels of power, and so to cycle through them, 5 clicks takes you to the power settings. Tilt to the left, that will cycle through all your options. And if you want to increase the power, when you have the selected memory option there, tilt to the right. That puts you in adjust mode, and by tilting left or right you can increase or decrease the power however you want it to suit your vape. See, the more you tilt, the faster it goes. Once you have your power setting, hit the trigger button, tilt to the left to exit, and now you can vape with your selected power. Once you're in the memory options, if you go to 6 clicks, this puts you in the memory. So now hit the trigger again. Next option is the bypass mode. This actually puts the mod in mechanical mode. It bypasses the chip altogether. I haven't actually tried that, so I can't tell you how well that works. Next is the system, on or off. Do you want to have it on or off? Pretty much self-explanatory. Then we have the link option. If you are wanting to upgrade your chip, or if there's any new firmware for it, put it in this mode, hook it up to your PC, job is good. Next up is a display. You can have the display left, right, or automatic. Let's get it back to the left mode. So once you have your option, again, hit the trigger button, and you're back again. Tilt to exit. And we're back. And that's pretty much all there is to the chip. So let's open this bad boy up, and I'll show you inside. And as if by magic, we have no screws. So undo the 4 screws, back comes off. Yes, SVB mods, that's the top. Inside, single 18650, super clean. One thing that Nigel did recommend I do was to put a piece of ribbon underneath the battery to make it easy to remove. Of course, I decided to completely disregard that information. Although I generally charge with USB, so I don't really need to get into here. And to be fair, actually the battery wasn't that tight when I put it in, so I'm okay with that. But super clean inside here. Minimal use of hot glue. Everything is so nice. And of course this makes it easier. If anything goes wrong, I mean, it's so easy for, you send it back to Nigel. He can fix it very easily. But really impressive, and I really kind of appreciate these kind of attention to detail. I mean, I've looked inside other mods, and you know, they're full of hot glue, wires everywhere, a real mess. And this is the complete opposite of that. Really impressive stuff. But yeah, so we looked at the chip, we've had a look inside. Let's take it back up to the top, give it a vape, and get this video wrapped up. Okay, I'll see you at the top. So there we go, the SVB Sx350 old school thing of beauty. So we've talked about the box, we've talked about the chip, we've talked about the different colours, the different options you can have. So I guess the next question is, where can I get one from? Well, the old way you would do it was you could go to the UK Vapers forum, go to the mod maker section. There's an SVB thread in there which is very long, very detailed. You can also go to his Facebook group, SVB Mods, just search for that on Facebook, join the group. He'll also post up when he's making this next batch on there. But I was actually reading this morning that he's changing the way he's going to be doing this. Instead of having a list, there's actually going to be a Google Doc that gets put up and will be open for 24 hours. You can then get your name on there, choose all your various options, send him some money, and then he will work through that list and get the mod out to you, you know, when it's finished, when it's done, when he's happy, you will get it. And it'll probably be one of the best things you've ever done. So, like I said, I mean, if you want something kind of better than, you know, a generic box, something that's made with love, made with care, then this is what you're after, really. I mean, as I've said before, the camera, you know, pictures and video do not do this thing justice. I mean, it really is beautiful. You really have to hold one in your hand. This one, the thing that always gets me is how small they are. When I got my first one, I was kind of expecting it to be a bit bigger, but they are so small. I mean, I've got pretty big hands, and this, you know, kind of fits in there just nice and snug as a bug. But there we go. So yeah, join the group, go to the UK Vapers forum, keep abreast of what's happening, and get yourself on one of the lists. Pick one of these up. You'll be a happy bunny, believe me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and like, subscribe, as always, do whatever you want. I look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Peace out, homies.